Hey, okay, so we in for another race review for the Box Cart Intercol 2025, and we have today with us Team Maple Leaf Racing representing their team. We have Kevin and Brant. Guys, welcome. I have to start with this. I realize both of you all have on some racing apparel on you, like car racing, Formula One type
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so you're obviously fans of F1 or just car racing in general,
Just motorsports in general, but like especially F1.
especially F1. Okay, all
And
right.
I've got like whole wheel in the back here.
Yeah. All right. All right. Somebody's very serious about their programming themselves to be an F1. So you plan to be an F1 racer, or
If I was like 10 years younger, maybe.
yeah? Because I was gonna say you guys would be kind of on the outside of that
Yeah, well,
window, huh? All right.
I
All
still
right.
race for fun, so like no worries with that.
All right. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so we're starting right with it. People want to know what was the experience like. Let's start with Brant. Brant, what was the box cart experience like for you?
So the box card experience, it was a mix of emotions for me. So it was stressful, it was interesting, it was also very educational. I'll start off with the stressful piece. So we started building very late, like a month prior to the actual box card intercall. And like when we first got the rulebook, we kind of skimmed through it. So we were overstaying till like 6 every day, sometimes even 7 on the last week. And I think once for the last day we stayed till 8. And I mean, Kevin was a bit sleep deprived, and even finding parts was hard because we had to like, we could only find parts like in South sometimes, or we had
Mm,
to go up Chagaramas, like to one of those boating stores. The educational piece, I think this is some technical work that I haven't really experienced as yet. So this is something I think that you could only get in university, but you've brought it to like the high school level, and I really appreciate it because I mean I want to personally be an engineer, and like doing this kind of helps me like learn the technical aspect. And for the interesting piece, well, on the day our wheel broke off, so we have, well, not our wheel, our axle snapped, and so we had to do a lot of problem solving on why our axle snapped and learn from it. And but overall, it was a fun experience though, and I really enjoyed it.
all right. And what about you, Kevin? Did the box cart intercol experience mean to you?
So overall, it was also a fun experience for me. So it was fun because I've got to implement a lot of what I've learned throughout all of my years of building. So like my hobbies have always been engineering and building in general, especially airplanes. And like I've got to implement a lot of what I've learned from that into the cart itself to like create something that is actually competitive. And I've also learned a lot about like just planning in general because like everything I've ever built wasn't really that great because like I basically just build as I go. So like every plane I build is basically a no plan plane. I like just stick stuff together whatever I find. Like with this cart, it's the first time I've actually like designed and like planned something before I started building, and it was the first time I got experience experiment with like 3D models and stuff, and
Mhm.
put in a lot of theory into like a physical project because like it's one thing to learn about the theory. Like I've learned a lot of like aerodynamic theories and stuff, and it's another to like put it into like a cart. I don't know if it actually worked because like I didn't run it through CFD, but like it was just a good experience like experimenting with these stuff. And yeah, overall it was a great experience, like just a great hands-on experience.
Nice, excellent. So I will share with you that yes, a lot of what you all did is soundly based in engineering principles. It is the process by which you design and build many things. The aviation industry actually follows practically the same process. So you're getting some nice building blocks for a future in engineering and design in particular.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more, Kevin, about the written portfolio. What did that mean to you? You mentioned something about process and planning. Expand on that a little bit more with regard to the portfolio that you all did, the written part.
Um, so I would say that throughout the build, I was mainly focused on like the engineering side. So like I didn't really put that much um what would I say? I didn't really put that much effort into the portfolio itself, but like, so like at the end when I realized we had to start recording stuff to like actually like put into the portfolio, that was a bit of a rush. And also, as Brand said, there were some elements of the handout that we didn't really look through. So like at the end when we realized we had to do this, it was kind of hard to like put things together, especially like financials, like on the financial side where we had to like really rush through that. And like we didn't do exactly as we were supposed to.
All right, so Brad, what are your thoughts with regard to the portfolio?
Well, personally, for me, I think that it was only after we fully read the actual written portfolio, it was like 14 sections. I was amazed personally because it was a lot. So I started where I just started like adding photos and text of what we knew, and we kind of went along the way, but it was very messy until like the end, even with the financial piece in. But I think we got it like very neat in toward the end, but it was a lot of work because like I'd work on it for like 2-3 hours sometimes.
Yeah, okay, all right, I hear you. And the build experience, I saw you all had some mechanical issues on the day.
Yes.
Axle breaking. What did you all learn from that failure and in feeling forward? What did you all learn from that? Let's go with Brant. Brant, what did you all gather went wrong with that?
Well, simply don't take an don't take an axle from a baby stroller. But to explain a bit more, so what we did, we kind of cut down like the axle from the baby stroller and the wheels and the brakes and everything and connected it to our box cart. However, we had no like link, we had no supports for it. So even though our front suspension had a lot of supports, like going like diagonally, our back had nothing. And we started noticing on the testing day that there was a lot of camber on the back axles. So we were kind of expecting it at the same time, but we were hoping that it wouldn't really break. I think also too, Kevin did a little bit of work to improve the brakes, and he drilled into the axle, and my theory is that it created micro fractures, which made the axle weaker.
All right. Kevin, your thoughts? I see you nodding. You're agreeing with that.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that analysis?
So what Brand said was basically correct. So like the rear axle was well we took it straight off of a baby stroller. So like it was a factory made part. So like I didn't expect it to have that much difficulty. So like I didn't put too much effort into that. I put most of my effort into the front axle because that has the steering linkage and like it's the part that we build like completely from scratch. Like I was expecting the front axles to may have some issues. We didn't know it was the rear. And also, like Brand said, the night before we had some issues with the brakes. So like again, don't use parts off of a baby stroller, especially brakes. It's like weight, like the weight of like a 16-year-old and like a 2-month-old baby is like completely different categories. And like the plastic was starting to wear down. So like I had to like so what it basically did was like it drilled a hole into the axle and mounted a metal, like an L-shaped metal plate that like basically held on to like the plastic hub of the drum brake, so like it wouldn't come off because like it started coming off. It actually did came off, and we had to fix that. And we basically just fixed that by cutting more into the axle. So like over time, it just built up and like it just failed basically.
All right.
Like what I
So
would say is like don't cut into parts that is essential to the build, especially axle, and like plan what you're doing. So don't just start hacking at it.
right. Excellent lesson learned. I have to ask though, you all took a baby stroller. Does that mean now that they have a baby somewhere, either in somebody's hands or crawling on the ground? I don't know. Tell me, Brant, where now you all acquired a baby stroller to use?
I'm pretty sure it was donated to Maple Leaf, and we found it in the we have like a closet, not really a closet, but like a shed of with like old, I think it's garage sale items, and we kind of just took it.
All right. Okay, so we didn't deprive a baby of his stroller or parent. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Hopefully
No,
not.
that baby
Hopefully
is
not.
happy.
All right.
Hopefully not.
So as it stands for build process and guidance, we need to acknowledge now you all have the resources of MIC. who has offered all their work centers and the expertise that comes with it and the equipment and everything to build a box cart that hopefully your axles wouldn't give out on you. All right. So we have to be thankful for that. MIC partnering with us and going forward. We also have to be grateful and thank our sponsors, Gatorade, Blue Waters, both of whom made sure we were properly hydrated on the day, and the continued support of the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Sport, and of course, TriniTuner.com. Those guys from day one helping us with the back end electronic registering and everything. And of course, the media support with Capacity Network. So we're thanking all of these. And again, remember now you have the resources of MIC behind you, so you could rebuild. That being said, what more can we expect from Team Maple Leaf? Because this year, we are actually going to be hoping to do it in July, immediately after school closes. We have a week. So, like the middle of July, we're going to be having it. You have time now. We're a lot of lead time. Hopefully, I think the baby stroller wheels worked for you all. It was a fast cart. It was comfortable, ergonomically, and everything. Anyways, that being said, the next event we schedule in hopefully will be for July. You have time to do it. What more would you like to see for Box Cart Intercol, Kevin?
Do you mean as like the competition itself or like our cards?
Both. Let's do with the competition.
So first of all, I would like to see like more schools competing. Like the more the merrier. Like I wouldn't mind like starting at like 6 in the morning and like ending at 6 in the afternoon. Like if that could happen. And also, I would like I know we're restricted by like the amount of space we have at the arena, but I would like the track to be a little more technical in a sense. So like I would like to have some like turns and stuff because like we've already engineered brakes and we've engineered steering. So like I would like to have like components of the track where we can actually put that to use and like also have like the driver play a bigger role in the competition. Like at the moment it's mostly a competition between like engineers, and that's great. You learn a lot of stuff from that. But like from like my perspective, where like I'm also like a motorsports enthusiast and I love racing, I would like to have like the driver play a bigger role. And like
Okay.
really, yeah.
All right. So more driver input and skill
Yeah.
testing. Okay, I hear you. Brant, what about you? What more would you like to see for Box Cart, the competition, as well as for your cart?
Well, for me, like Kevin said, more schools, but also too, I think the media coverage was great, but like I think on the day maybe we could have like a live stream that could be
Mm.
streamed to YouTube. So like maybe teachers or parents or maybe teammates that can't come could watch from home. For our cart in general, I think the basic design was good, but small things like the toe hinge could be raised because on the day our toe hinge it was scraping on the floor. So I think we have to raise that a bit, and we could also I think this time we don't want to go with PVC sheets, so we want to change that out and put more weight on the rear axle and make it stronger.
All right. Tell us a little bit, if you can, Brant, about the rest of the team. I know a lot of them had exams. We're making excuses for them, but that's fine. I mean, it's that's part of life. Tell us a little bit more about the team and what they brought to the whole effort.
So we had Kevin and I were like the two people who kind of comprised the team. So basically we had two artists. We had one of the girls helped with art and the other she kind of assisted with the engineering. So when we glued the PVC sheets on, she was there helping. They also like helped with the drilling and stuff. And the driver, he was there for like testing because we did some testing down the hill, but that was before we added the PVC sheets and like everything else. But they assisted and they did their part. So yeah.
Okay. And in closing remarks, let's have some closing remarks and final thoughts from Kevin.
In what content?
Is any in
Just in
general?
general.
In general.
in general, like the experience was a great experience. It's definitely something new. I've never done this before, and I would like this to continue growing. Like it's just a fun experience in general for like anyone who is interested in engineering.
Okay.
Like
And you, Brant, what would be your final parting thoughts? Any messages for other schools? They want to drop a special challenge for anybody, one of your rival schools? I don't know.
Well, firstly, I want to thank our sponsors. Secondly, I think the event, it was a good event. It was very big and it was beyond my expectations. It's also a very fun process, and maybe like bigger schools like ISPS or QRC could join.
Okay. All right. So we could send out that invitation to them and see how it goes. Again, guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for taking the time. And we know that we will definitely see bigger and better things, probably more than one card. Yeah, multiple cards
yeah,
coming out of Team Maple Leaf for the next event in July. And again, thank you for being here. With that being said, we're looking to get out. We have to say thank you again to the sponsors, Gatorade, Blue Waters, keeping us hydrated and refreshed on the day. We also have to say thanks for the continued support of the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sport, Trinituna.com, and Capacity Network. Again, thank you again to all the support sponsors, parents, teachers, for making Box Cart Intercol what it is. That being said, we out, guys. Stay safe. Make sure my fingers.